It's a poverty-stricken village of 9,000 men, women, and children, all in desperate need of everyday supplies.
Going into the trip, I knew we were going to be doing a good deed, basically, but I didn't really know the total impact it would have, and seeing the family's appreciation for what we gave them was really just life-changing for me.
You see a lot of kids kind of just sitting on the streets. There's a lot of stray dogs in Guatemala. Dogs are everywhere.
San Miguel Duenas, one of the poorest communities in all of Guatemala, was unlike anything that Keegan Marchand and Aaron Flanagan had ever seen. The Sahali Secondary School students were among a dozen others who brought much-needed relief to the people of the tiny community.
We took 4 extra large suitcases and we had donations from many individuals and community organizations. We had a lot of soccer balls, soccer clothes, soccer shoes. We had woolen material. We also had a lot of school supplies.
We've helped to improve the lives of thousands of people in the developing world.
By their own will and over spring break, the dedicated group of students embarked on Operation Guatemala, a 10-day humanitarian trip and the third for Sahali Secondary, run through Developing World Connections.
Not only have they seen somewhere else in the world, they've seen it really up close and personal, and really had the experience of dealing very closely with people who are living in abject poverty.
The team lent impoverished villagers a helping hand, building a home for a family in need. They spent time with the children, teaching them how to read and write, finger knit, and play soccer. But the group also experienced the harsh reality of living in poverty.
One home in particular that we went to, the woman there, her daughter had died of a heart attack and had left children behind, and then 40 days later her son had gotten in a work accident and is still in the hospital in Guatemala City, and they can't afford his next surgery. And so that was probably the most poverty-stricken home we saw, and that had a huge impact on all of us.
Really broadened my view of the world and how some people live, which is in poverty.
The people of San Miguel Duenas survive mostly on coffee and flour industries, and many homes are in disrepair. It has taken the generosity of a small group of Kamloops students to help change that and enrich the lives of this small Central American town.
It helps them to realize that countries like Guatemala aren't just places on maps. They're places that have human beings who are vulnerable and who sometimes need help. And from that point onwards, they see everything they read and everything they hear about world events a little bit differently.